Welcome and namaste to my modern healing sanctuary. My name is Vanessa and today I am online with a very juicy topic. I am going to discuss the question of, are empaths the real narcissist? And it is so juicy because I've got confronted with that topic in the past month personally, and I am presenting here my personal thoughts on that topic of empath, narcissist, and I am going to switch a little bit the perspective because what made me personally so angry is that the narcissists are getting put into such a corner and they are blamed as predators, and it's not really considered how they feel. And what makes me as well so angry that they're on the other side, the empaths, who are so emotionally open and vulnerable that everything is just around them and they always need protection and feeling safe. And what I discovered here is so juicy because it is not true, in my opinion, that the empath always needs a protection, and I figured that the empaths are actually very often very narcissistic. So this is a very hard statement, I know that, but I'm speaking here from my personal perspective, and please let me know in the comments down below if you associate yourself as an empath listening here, if you associate yourself as a narcissist listening here, if you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, or what is your experience in that relationship world. My big mission here on that YouTube channel is it to help you break out of codependent relationship patterns and rise in love, labeling ourselves as an empath, labeling ourselves as a narcissist. And when you're listening to that video, you will get a better understanding why. Because what I often see is that the empath puts themselves into a corner of victimhood. They are the victim of this narcissist society. They are the victims of the people around them. They need the protection. And then there are on the other side the narcissists, which are the selfish people who are just taking care of their needs, who are just taking advantage, who are manipulative, and who are controlling. But at the end, it is about ourselves, it is about our emotional world, and it is about creating an awareness and creating that realization that you have the power to control what are you seeing in your relationship world, what relationships are you creating with your mind, with your thoughts, and with your physical body, because you are the most powerful creator in your reality. And if you detach in that group of empaths, if you detach to that group of narcissists, or you detach to that group who got abused by a narcissist, you are always remaining in your box where you limit yourself. And I feel like it is time to step out of these boxes we are creating in the relationship world, to create intimate relationships, to get emotional available, and to learn how to let love in, and to learn how to truly love, and not always looking through that lens where we get betrayed, where we get hurt in love, where we get controlled in love, where the other person is trying to hold us back, hold us down. And yes, this topic is emotionally charged for me because I went through that. I've been in the past month accused of being a narcissist, and if I wouldn't be so anchored in my self-love practice, in my embodiment practice, in my mindfulness practice, it would throw me out of balance, because I received a lot of big accusations about my personality. I got accused of betrayal, I got accused of being a liar, I've got accused of being manipulative, controlling, stalking, and I just can say to that, it needs a very stable person to hold these accusations from another person, and it is not my job to change the other person's perspective. It is not. It is my job to check in with what emotions are rising when I receive this accusation. It is my job to look at myself. It is my job to feel, and it is as well as a content creator my job to express it and to communicate my realizations out of the situation, because I know I am not the only person who gets these accusations, and I know that a lot of people are holding back, because I was holding back and I was feeling so bad about even expressing that there wasn't something was not right in my relationship, because I've been so in love. I've created that vision that I want to spend the rest of my life with that person. I've got caught up in the twin flame union scenario, and I practice so much detachment from all these concepts, all these labels for myself, because I realized that it's not healthy. It's not healthy in the spiritual world as well to create all these labels. Yes, I'm working with numerology for myself as well, but numerology for me is a tool, a study where I study souls, missions, and I speak with people. I'm in an exchange with people, and I'm not just giving information about you and your soul in my readings. So this is as well an invitation. If you struggle with your intimate relationship, if you struggle with receiving a lot of accusations about yourself in your personal relationships, in your love relationships, and if it's like holding you back of finding a soulmate, a soul partner you want to share your life with, then check in a numerology reading with me, because I am really passionate about to find out your truth together with you, and not giving you a predefined system or strategy for you. We work together, we share, and I am opening a safe space for you to release your truths, because I know how hard it can be to talk about these things, especially when you're being accused of very hard and strong things. And for me, it was even that it got be released publicly here on YouTube, that this person was speaking about myself. I got accused that it is not funny, actually. I'm laughing right now, but it's not funny. That I am just taking care of my needs because I like to get my feet rubbed in the evening. Yes, I do, but is that defining me as a narcissist? I don't think so, because I know that on the other side I'm always seeing myself and the other person, and there's like an energy account for me, and I know that I was giving in that relationship a lot of attention, a lot of focus, a lot of energy into the other person. So is it legit that I get my feet rubbed in the evening when that nurtures me in a healthy relationship? I think so. Am I trying to manipulate another person through that behavior? I don't think so. But it took me now a lot of courage to release that video and to speak publicly as well about that situation, about that relationship, which I was holding on for so long out of loyalty. I was holding back because I can see the pain of the other person. I can see the struggle and the healing process of the other person. But I am done of holding back, and I am done of holding my truth back, and I'm done of listening to videos about empaths who are needing protection. No, what the world needs right now is an open heart, to open up for love, to show compassion, to show respect to the other person, and to make a step towards the other person, to try at least to get an understanding about how the other person feels. And this is what I experienced. So I sum it up. I got accused of being a controlling person, of being manipulative, about disempowering my love partner, about making my partner dependent on me, on stealing energy. So my partner needed energetic protection from myself. Yes, I was overgiving, I was oversharing, that is the truth. But checking in from what place did I do it? Did I have a hidden agenda? No. Did I give too much? Yes. I tried to be everything for that person. That was my mistake. I loved that person and I was honestly giving everything I gave from a pure heart, from a loving place, and I didn't have a hidden agenda to put that person down, to harm that person. Can I prevent of not harming that person with my actions of love? No, I cannot. And I needed to realize that I cannot control how my partner sees me, because if my partner wants to see me as a manipulator, if my partner wants to see me as a controlling person, he will always see me as that. And that is equal for women, for men, for everyone in a relationship. We cannot control how other people see us. The only thing we can control, our actions, our emotional world, and taking control over myself means learning how to be aware, how to be present, and how to be conscious in that present moment. This is what I can control. And all the other things, it is then a question, how do I live with the other things around me, these accusations in my life? Do I use them as an accelerator to grow, to expand my soul, to go deeper in my own emotional world? And it was actually for me a big win, because yes, I have the tendency of avoiding feeling my emotions, and it was such a healing experience to face my shadows, to face my darkest fears, my biggest fear of being exposed on a public stage here on YouTube. It got me into that space. It got me really into deep feelings, and it got me into healing. It learned me not directly to react. And I'm going to create this video right now from a place where I feel emotionally secure, but I feel that this message is really important and needed to bring all these concepts of empath, narcissist, and victim mentality together, so that we can start to co-create as souls, that we start to see each other as souls. And this is what I don't like about social media or YouTube, that we use these trendy words to get a better ranking on our videos, that we get more views on our videos. So these terms like narcissist, codependency, empath, they get so popular that we use them for the algorithm, but that is not the right reason to use these terms, because it can be super dangerous. And this is why I'm so passionate about it, and what makes me so furious about it, because I know that there are souls right now out there who are really in pain, who are struggling with self-worth, with insecurities, who feel unsafe, who are in a deep state of anxiety. And when you receive then these big accusations, it can really tear you down, and it is really dangerous to put all these labels out there. Am I free of using certain words for the algorithm? No, I want to grow my YouTube, and if you are here right now watching, I'm tremendously grateful if you support me through giving me a like, subscribe to my channel, and comment under my video so that I get more reach with my message. Yes, it is a game, and we need to check in, how do I play that game of social media, because I love YouTube for learning by myself. I studied so much in my life with YouTube, so I'm tremendously grateful, and I love to be a creator, and I want to continue that. So my main goal is that we break free from labels here and to step into our true power and into true unconditional love. So as I was saying, I was holding back out of loyalty to express my truth, and maybe you fear me as well. Maybe you fear me that you love or you loved a person so much that you were so afraid to speak with other people about how you felt treated by them, how you felt unfairly treated by your love partner, that you had a really hard time to express it, because it is a really struggle in our society. As soon as we start to share with friends, often this person, our love partner, get then into a really big shitstorm. And this is not the aim of emotional release about an unhealthy relationship. This is not the goal. Always the goal should be to face yourself, but as well speaking about it is crucial as well. Therefore we need a safe space, and I'm open as well for personal mentorship. I have 3 spots available right now. So if you feel called to work on your intimate relationships, if you struggle with expressing yourself truly in your relationships, or if you feel like there's a big emotional release needed from a past relationship before you can open up for a new one, send me a message, send me a comment, and we can see if we can work together. So it is I want to continue speaking about the points why I was holding back in my expression, because I was really afraid of an outburst or to hurt my person, because I loved that person so much that I was really afraid of hurting that person, and I knew that this person is not doing that to harm me, that the accusations towards me are not coming in to harm me, but as well I knew that it's not healthy for myself. So I was holding back for too long, and I was as well afraid of long pointless conversations which are like going in a circle. I was tired of that, and I couldn't keep up with it anymore. It's that simple. So yes, this was already a lot. Send me a green heart in the comments if you relate, if you were holding back of your truth for too long in a relationship, if you feel like you stayed for too long in a relationship because you had that strong love and you had that strong feelings for that person. And it's not as well about to blame you or the other person. It is a learning lesson, it is an experience, and you can see it as an accelerator for growth, and as well as getting ready for your true soulmate, and a person who lives really in alignment with you, and a person who is willing to get with you on board. So here's what I see, because I was in a relationship with a person who considers himself as an empath very strongly, and yes, he's like very in tune with his energy. But I'm going to share here the really dangerous parts of being with an empath, and what was really hard for me to remain myself into my power and to keep expressing myself. And I got silent, and silence is sometimes good, but I was holding back my true self, and I was at the end only feeling tired and heavy. I wasn't feeling uplifted anymore from that relationship. So I'm going to have 8 points which I want to go to share to get to the point why I think why I created that thesis of are empath the real narcissist. So first of all, what I experienced was a lot of blame in that relationship, because the person was not able to express their needs and their desires, but the person was not looking at themselves to see, oh, I cannot express my needs. No, I received the blame for the person not being able to express his needs. So I got blamed of not giving the space. I was blamed of not allowing his needs, not taking his needs serious, what is simply not true. So really careful with the blame game. If someone blames you constantly of not honoring their needs, check in. Are you really not honoring their needs, or are they not able to express their needs in a proper way? What often happened, then he raged out and accused me, stormed out, and took his time off, was not emotional available anymore. And then when he decided he's now emotional available anymore, then I was allowed to come back, and that's not a healthy relationship. Second of all, accusations of being held back and being disempowered. I got a lot of accusations of holding my partner back. I got a lot of accusations of disempowering my partner. Yes, we've been an interracial couple, so there have come topics of racism up to the surface. I started to study more about racism. I am not an expert in that field, and especially I don't have that experience with my background. This is simply the truth. Is my willingness to learn there? Yes, for sure. But I doubted myself at certain points that I am not understanding enough, that I can't understand his point of view, and I took these accusations very serious towards me, and it got a lot, and I can understand that it is part of the history. I can understand this, but on the other side, I see myself, and I am not a person who tries to keep anyone down. For me, it is the most fun and pleasure to see people thriving next to me, to see my love partner thriving next to me, and I allowed too long these accusations in the field of trying to put my partner down. I was accused of attacking and disempowering, taking the power back, and this is simply not true. So check in with yourself as well. If you see that pattern, that your partner is trying to project that on you, that you are disempowering your partner, really be honest with yourself. Do you have a hidden agenda? Are you maybe insecure that your partner is cheating on you, that your partner is leaving you? Are you having a hidden agenda to tie your partner onto you? Or are you really letting your partner free? Be honest with yourself, but not take these accusations in for too long. Point number 3 I have here on my list. It is victim mentality. And victim mentality can show in a lot of places. It is once the accusations, for example, as well, that your partner accuses you to put you down. This is like a victim mentality in my opinion, because when we are really stable within ourselves, we don't accuse someone to put us down, then we know I only can put myself down. And calling another person a narcissist is, in my opinion, victim mentality, because then you're blaming the other person of being a narcissist, being the abuser, and you put yourself into that victimhood. So if you have a partner accusing you of being a narcissist, please be careful. Please check really in with yourself. Yes, we all have narcissist tendency within us, but these are like really heavy accusations when you Google the definition of a narcissist. And even so, you are a narcissist. When someone starts to use these words, it is not healthy in a relationship, in my opinion. Yes, it is a good idea to check in with narcissism, to check in with your selfish side, but you should never give up your power, following your truth, following your needs, because you have a right to follow your needs, to follow your desires, to follow your path. You should never give that up. You should be secure within yourself, and you should be self-confident. And if you have a partner who is not okay with you following your needs and fulfilling your needs and desires, this is not your partner. Point number 4, a lot of pressure in the relationship and invalidity of your emotions. This is as well a signal which is not healthy, especially when it comes from a person calling themselves as an empath. Because empaths are feeling everything. They are so highly in tune with emotions, and they are often exhausted because they feel everything. And what creates that? First of all, it creates that it makes your emotions invalid, because they are feeling everything and you are like, oh yeah, you don't know how that is to feel so many emotions at one point. So it takes away your how to say, that your emotions are valid, that you have a right to have emotions, and even they are maybe not as strong as the other person's emotions. And yes, we have all different channels of feeling our emotions. You have a right to feel your emotions, and even you are not always exhausted by your emotional world. Maybe it just tells that you can handle your emotions pretty well, that you're pretty aligned in your energy. So never feel bad about that you can handle your emotions pretty well and the other person can't, and don't take that in. And it's like it's really difficult, because yes, I know that they are like through the numerology, and I know that certain life path numbers are really having a really harder time to process certain emotions. But as I said, you should never, if your person starts to give you the feeling that your emotions are not valid because you are not an empath, that's not a healthy relationship. That is not okay from an empath to do so. So number 5, being self-centered. The constant need for protection and not any consideration about your emotions, because they need to protect themselves from you. They cannot handle that energy, so they need to protection. That just simply means that person is not emotionally available, the heart is closed off, and the person is not even considering your feelings. And if a partner gives you the feeling of needing protection from you, you really need to doubt that relationship, because when you know that you are willing to love another person and you're willing to hold that space for another person, it is not okay to being accused of needing protection from you. Because when we are really in that unconditional field of love, or if we're in the frequency of love and compassion, we don't need protection from each other. We need a hug, we need understanding, we need compassion, and we need presence and awareness, and not protection. Number 6, I'm talking about boundaries. If you feel like only your person is allowed to set boundaries, but as you are setting healthy boundaries for yourself, you get blamed or shamed for it. You get shamed of being selfish, being only thinking about yourself, and not considering the other person, and that is simply not true. If you receive these accusations or this blame of being selfish when you set boundaries, but your person constantly needs to set boundaries for themselves to protect their energy. I was talking about energy protection before. This is not a healthy relationship, because you should be both able to set healthy boundaries for yourself. You should be both able to honor yourself in a healthy way, and there shouldn't be a better or worse, or a person who is allowed to set boundaries and the other one not. It should be a co-creation, so that you both stand secure and safe in yourself, and you co-create together in a relationship, and you support each other, you empower each other, and you respect as well the boundaries of the other person. So number 7, the person only sees themselves. Especially as an empath, what I experienced in my relationship was that the person could only see what he gave to me, but there was no capacity to see what I gave, or even when it was seen, it was accused of being for the purpose of manipulation, controlling. So I was constantly shamed for what I gave, and I was constantly accused of that the other person is only giving because the other person is so giving and has this like special empathic qualities, that my part was simply not seen and not well at what I gave, and that is not okay. Because if you get blamed for what you give, to do it from not sincere reasons, that is not good. You should definitely check up on with yourself, because it could be that you don't give from a pure heart, that you give it because you want love from the other person, that you want something out from the other person. But it can be the same way that you are really giving it from a loving space, and you really want to give out that love, and you really want to serve the other person, and you should not receive blame for that. Because when you're in a relationship, you give out of love in a healthy relationship, and it shouldn't be accusations about what you give and how you serve. There shouldn't be any rules about it. You decide what you want to give, and yes, it's really important in a relationship to have that balance about giving and receiving, but really be careful about not taking these accusations in and let yourself shame for what you give, and let yourself give yourself a bad feeling about that only the other person is giving. If another person is accusing of that the other person is only giving, it is a very strong sign that that person is very self-centered and cannot even see, or don't even have the capacity to see the other person, or is not even willing to see that. Number 8, constantly feeling attacked by you in a relationship. Because when someone sees you as a narcissist, they have the feeling that you constantly try to attack them, constantly try to steal something from them, get something out of them. And if the person wants to see that, of course they see it, your partner will see it, and they will get the confirmation. But as well, check in with you very honestly. Do you really want to get something out of the person, or are you simply looking forward to have a loving relationship with that person? Because it can be that your person is simply not open to have a relationship in true love, that your person is not emotionally available, so the person is always seeing the enemy within you, and that is not healthy for yourself, because you deserve to receive love back. And if you truly empower and support someone, you should receive that back, and you shouldn't get shame or blame or attacks for what you do to empower another person. And it is not okay to be judged or criticized of trying to attack your partner, trying to steal something from your partner, especially when it's about energy, that your partner accuses you to trying to steal energy or life force from your partner. This is simply not fair and not healthy, and as well a good sign to make a step back from an so-called empath, because it is not healthy. And I don't like the trend going on social media, YouTube, everywhere, where it's posted, empath, you need protection, empaths, you need to protect yourself from this narcissist. No, empaths, you need to open up your heart, you need to learn how to hold your energy, to let your emotions flow through, but stop blaming others and start stepping out of that victimhood mentality. Because if you don't start to step out of that, you will continue blaming and you will continuously be in your victim mentality as an empath. This is why I see it so dangerous. There's categories of empath and narcissist, to put each other into these boxes and to be so fixed as well in your mind when you have an ex-partner and you're trying to heal from that relationship, yet that you create that persona as a narcissist. It is very dangerous, because you hold on to these traits and you're very likely to protect these traits on another person you're going to meet in the future, and then you always see a narcissist. And as I said, it is valid for you as well. About how you want to see a person, you are going to see that person. If you want to see that person as a bad person for you, as an unhealthy person for you, then you will see it. At the other side, be really honest with you, I tend to be very naive. So I tend to not to see the red flags, or not to see it, because I'm so in love with love, so that can be dangerous as well. But you will get a better feeling for that. And the most important is that you are not stepping into that blame game. And I didn't create that video with the aim to blame my ex-partner or to blame that relationship, not at all. I created that video to point the attention on how important it is to detach from these concepts of empath and narcissist, to detach, to undefine, to find back to your soul essence, to create a healthy understanding how you can work with your emotions, to create a healthy understanding how you can express your emotions in a relationship, and that you can start to rise in love, that you really build that self-confidence within you, and that you, yes, you can come to me to a numerology reading, but I would never put you there in a box, that you see it as a discovery, that you discover your soul and you undefine yourself from the boxes you put yourself in during your lifetime, from society, from your family, from your past relationships, that you undefine yourself, that you learn to be present in the moment. And if that feels great to you, then I have a one-on-one mentorship where I'm open to have 3 wonderful souls which I'm guiding to create incredible intimate relationships with yourself, with your body, with your emotions, and as well with your love partner, or if you're ready to attract your soulmate, to step into the frequency of unconditional love, to stop the blaming, shaming, criticism, accusing, protection, to open up the hearts for love and to love unconditionally what is there, and to radically face yourself and face your shadows, face your light. But the light can be very scary as well. So really open up for love, learn how to hold your energy, learn how to hold the space, step into your self-confidence, and to let go what doesn't longer serve you in relationships, to let go your limiting beliefs in relationships, to remain your power, to develop and discover compassion, and to break free from labels. So thank you for being here. If you liked that video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments your thoughts on how do you see the topic of empath and narcissist. I know it's a very strong thesis to say, are empaths the real narcissist? Especially as I'm aiming to break free from these labels. but somehow I am using these words as well for the algorithm. Yeah, so to not be so dependent on the algorithm and how social media works, I highly appreciate if you share my videos with friends if you like them, if you comment consistently. So yes, that it is for now. See you soon. Lots of love.